Dr. Sharan, so your surgery has gone global. The guitar surgeon. So where did you do the surgery?
So it was at the Bhagwan Mahavir Jain Hospital, sir.
But you work for this hospital.
Yes, sir, but the thing was that since the patient had...
Are you not aware of the set of rules of this hospital or the ones that is set by the department?
I am aware of the rules, sir, but...
And you still felt that you were justified in doing the surgery outside?
Yes, sir, but the thing is, sir, the situation was in a way that the patient...
Yes, sir. Ma'am, he has confessed. It's an open and shut case like his career is. I've already signed his suspension letter. You please do the needful.
Before I sign those papers, I'd like to hear from Dr. Sharan. Do you have anything to say?
Ma'am, I do not wish to defend the allegations that are made against me, but I would like to ask a simple question over here.
Go ahead.
Ma'am, are the rules of this hospital superior to the Hippocratic oath that we took as doctors, ma'am?
What have the rules got to do with the Hippocratic oath?
Sir, the Hippocratic oath says that I will follow that system of regimen to the best of my abilities and judgments that I consider in the best interest of my patients. And I strongly believe in that part of the oath, and what I did as a doctor to help my patients, sir.
So, Dr. Sharan, who is preventing you from doing the best for your patients in this hospital?
Ma'am, this is the file of the guitar dystonia patient, ma'am, and I would like you to see the notes by the neurosurgeon.
Dr. MK, these are your clinical notes. And you have referred the patient for physiotherapy after concluding that no neurological intervention is required.
What? Who? Me? But, ma'am, this patient came to me months ago.
Ma'am, with all due respect, this is what a leading expert like him thinks is the management of task-specific focal hand dystonia. Physiotherapy. Not even occupational therapy. That means if a patient goes to him in a hospital for surgery and he has the ability for the surgery, but the hospital does not have the proper equipment to operate, so what is the ethical answer? Lifelong physiotherapy. Is that it?
And 6 months of physiotherapy didn't help him. 6 months.
Ma'am, as a doctor, I only did what I did to help the patient, so the best interest of the patient's recovery. If you still think that what I've done is unethical or wrong, then please go ahead and suspend me, ma'am.
Excuse me. It's time to change the rules. We are here for the betterment of the patients. We are not here to feed the insecurities and stupid egos of certain doctors. Sorry for my language, but that's the truth. And we as neurosurgeons first must learn the difference between neurorehabilitation and plain physiotherapy.
I fully understand your point. But before you do something like this next time, please inform me. And in advance.
Yes, ma'am.
Get my laptop.
Madam, I need to talk to you about something. Ma'am? Yeah.
So, Dr. Sharan, how long you think you'll carry on these theatrics? This is the last chance, Dr. Sharan. I'm going to make sure you don't work in this hospital.
Oh my God, that's such a lot of drama. Yeah, I never thought so much politics happens in hospitals. No wonder Dr. MK challenged you with the, with the most difficult case, and that too in front of everyone. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry again to have brought this up. I promise I won't bring this up again. Let's just come back to the topic. So tell me, how did you go about establishing PRS Neurosciences? I mean, this center, the amount of work that goes in, I can understand, but both of you were doing so well in your career. What made you start this?
Actually, not many people know this, but one of the reasons we started this place was after he was almost beaten up for saving someone's life.
Beaten up for saving someone's life?
Yeah, that too by a woman.
I can't believe this. You got beaten up by a woman for saving someone's life. Why would she do that?
You know, the reason for her anger is actually one of the main reasons we started this place.
How come?
It's not that simple actually. Like I've been managing very serious and critical neuroemergency cases all my life now, you know, head injuries, spinal cord injuries, stroke, etc. About 5 years ago, I think there was a young man who was brought into the emergency. He was under the influence of alcohol, completely intoxicated. I think he was hit by a car or something. And with that head injury, he was wheeled into the emergency.
Call Dr. Sharan. So the patient was brought in by the police without any attender. Unknown was found bleeding on the road. It's definitely a case of hit and run, sir.
What's the GCS?
E1V1M4. Sir, he's in an intoxicated state and his blood alcohol levels are extremely high.
He's having bradycardia, his ICP is rising, he can
Yes.
cone anytime.
Yes.
So put a urinary catheter, 200 ml IV mannitol, shift him to a CT scan immediately, come on. Brain is time is brain. So I asked them to get a CT scan done, and when the films arrived, I could see. Okay, we see this. See some EDHs over here, some SDHs here with some contusion. So he definitely needs surgery. So shift the patient for emergency decompression surgery right away. Okay.
But sir, there was no advance from the patient and there is no one who is going to sign the consent for the patient.
Give it to me. As a life-saving measure, I am signing the consent and taking full responsibility of the patient till we can trace his family. Okay. So now, shave the head. Shift the patient. I want all the blood reports. I want the ABG ASAP. Okay. 2 pints of blood needs to be arranged and post-op ventilation. Okay, come on, snap, move. See, it's a common practice to sign the consent for these patients who are brought in as unknowns. There are no relatives, attenders accompanying them. So, in interest to save time and to reduce the bureaucracies, common practice that, we sign these documents.
So you actually saved his life. But why would anyone beat you up?
See, let me explain. A few months later, the wife of this patient, she was upset and she came storming into my OPD room one day.
क्यों बचाया आपने? क्यों बचाया आपने मेरे पति को?
आप प्लीज पहले आके बैठिए, प्लीज सिट डाउन. बताइए क्या हुआ?
अरे मर जाने दिया होता उसको सड़क पर. उस शराबी को जीने का कोई हक नहीं है.
थोड़ा सा पानी पीजिए. किसकी बात कर रहे हैं आप?
जिंदगी बर्बाद हो गई साहब. किसने आपको बोला था सर्जरी करने के लिए? सर्जरी के पहले कम से कम वो शराब के नशे में दूध इधर उधर पड़े हुए रहते थे. कोई काम के नहीं थे पर मुझे काम पे जाने देते थे. मैं कुछ कमा पाती, अपने बच्चों का पेट पाल सकती थी. लेकिन आपकी सर्जरी के बाद तो वो अपने खुद का काम, नहलाना, खिलाना, टॉयलेट भी बहुत बोल बोल के बहुत मुश्किल से होता है साहब. उनकी दिमागी हालत भी ठीक नहीं है साहब. सब भूल जाते हैं. कुछ याददाश्त भी ठीक नहीं है साहब. बहुत गुस्सा आता है. पीटते हैं हम उसको.
देखिए, मेरा काम है जिंदगी बचाना.
जिंदगी बचाई आपने। बचाना तो छोड़ो साहब, आपने तीनों जान ले ली। मैं ना काम पर जा सकती हूँ, ना बच्चों को स्कूल भेज सकती हूँ। सारे बचे कुचे पैसे खर्च हो गए, कर्जे पे जी रहे हैं। आज अपना मंगलसूत्र गिरवी रख कर आई हूँ। ये कैसा इलाज है जब आपने जान तो बचा ली पर आदमी कोई काम कर नहीं। सर फाड़ दीजिए अपनी डिग्री और आगे ऐसा किसी और परिवार के साथ करने के पहले ना सोचिएगा जरूर कि सिर्फ जान बचाना इलाज नहीं होता है।
सिर्फ जान बचाना ही इलाज नहीं है. You know, that line really changed everything that I used to think was my role, right? I thought as a neurosurgeon, as a doctor, my job is to save patients' lives. But when I heard her talk, I realized that I was not doing a full job. I mean, I was able to save the life, but he was not functionally able to do anything at all.
See, like I said, that's one of the main reasons we started this center. We want people to achieve their maximum possible independence after their life-saving surgeries. You know, medicine might add years to life, but rehab adds life to years.
Wow, that is amazing. I mean, such a powerful story. So then what happened? I mean, what happened with that lady? What did she do? Where did she go?
No, we actually had a solution to help her.
See, all motor vehicle accident victims who end up with permanent disability are entitled to compensation.
Oh, okay. So the government would pay her for her husband's disability?
See, yes and no. See, my role as a neurosurgeon is to calculate the accurate disability percentage and present it to the judge. And if the judge finds it reasonable, then the compensation is provided by the insurance company that covers the vehicle owner.
So did she get it eventually?
Well, you know, it's not that straightforward because since Dr. M.K. Singh was the head of department, all of these requests that go for compensation to the court have to be routed through him. And this poor lady, she was not even aware about this. Can you imagine?
Seriously?
See, there's one thing that I admire a lot about Dr. M.K. Singh is that he never compromises on the care of the patient. So, myself and the patient's wife went there to put forth our requests to him.
I hope she gets the compensation that's justified, Dr. Sharan.
As always, sir. Please, aye. But what I did not know, that he was actually plotting something right after we left from his room.
Dr. Ravi, listen carefully. I have just signed an accident case of compensation for one of our patients, Kamalnath. Sharan is calculating the disability percentage and he's going to submit it in court tomorrow. Make sure you hand over all the case details to Ishwar in advance. I want Sharan humiliated beyond repair in the courtroom. I don't want any mistakes this time. Am I clear? And who's in charge of the ICU tomorrow? You're sure it's Dr. Sharan? Very good. Very, very, very good.
So who is this Ishwar lawyer who fights against the compensation? I mean, how does that work?
See, so the insurance company of the motor vehicle owner, they are the ones who are responsible to pay for the compensation, but they fight tooth and nail, I tell you. Like, they really try to make sure that very little or as minimal compensation is given. But my job as an expert witness is to ensure that I present the disability percentage and try to convince the judge and the court to give the most fair compensation to the patient.
I see.
And Ishwar was Dr. M.K.'s close friend, and he was known to be like one of the most ruthless and brutal lawyers ever.
I still remember the tension in the courtroom that day.
डॉक्टर साहब, अगर इंश्योरेंस के पैसे नहीं मिलेगा तो फिर क्या होगा?
अरे ऐसे कैसे पैसा नहीं मिलेगा देवी जी? अरे आज तक कॉम्पेंसेशन का ऐसा कोई केस नहीं है जिसमें गुरुजी का एफर्ट्स बेकार गया हो। क्या बात कर रही हैं?
देखिए, अगर बनवारी लाल ने कह दिया है कॉम्पनसेशन मिलेगा तो तब मिल जाएगा। आजकल इसकी सारी भविष्यवाणी सही हो रही है।
Ready to lose your case?
Ready to lose your job? मुझे ऐसा क्यों लग रहा है कि ये आपकी जिंदगी का आखिरी केस होने वाला है?
We'll see you in the court.
Proceed. MV3234/2010, United India Insurance versus Hemant Kumar, motor vehicle compensation number 234. Please present your case.
My Lordship, Mr. Hemant Kumar was walking on the main road near Oakleypuram on 25th of April 2009 when he was hit by a speeding car. He was taken to the hospital after sustaining severe head injury and was in an unconscious state. Hospital case files, discharge summary, scan and other reports are submitted and marked as exhibits 1 to 15. This is for your reference, Your Honor.
All right.
As per our affidavit, the condition of the patient was worsening very quickly and an emergency decompression surgery had to be done. After the operation, the patient started recovering quickly and slowly he came out of the unconsciousness. But even though his life was saved, he was not able to carry out with his daily basic routine work like going to toilet, taking bath or having food independently. His memory was poor and his behavior with the family was obnoxious.
What is the disability percentage as per clinical expert?
42%, Your Honor, 42%. The calculation sheet and formula is being submitted and are exhibit 15 and 16.
Does the defense agree?
Your Honor, we do not accept. Please accept this motion to cross-examine the patient's wife, Sunita ji.
Allowed.
Sunita Devi ji. सुनीता देवी जी, मेरे सवालों का जवाब सिर्फ हाँ या ना में दीजिए। सिर्फ हाँ या ना, और कुछ कहने की जरूरत नहीं है। समझ गए?
हाँ।
क्या आपके पति एक्सीडेंट से पहले काम करते थे?
हाँ, वो एक सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर।
हाँ या ना, और कुछ नहीं। क्या आपके पति एक शराबी थे?
हाँ।
क्या आपके पति आपके पैसे खर्च करके शराब के लिए पैसे लेते थे?
हाँ।
क्या आपके पति ऑपरेशन के बाद अपना हाथ उठा सकते थे?
लेकिन वो कुछ
लेकिन कुछ नहीं, हाथ उठा सकते थे कि नहीं?
हाँ।
क्या वो अपने पैर पे खड़े हो सकते थे?
हाँ।
That's it, my lord. It's all clear. There is no major disability here. All the limbs are working fine. Post the surgery, it won't be to the best extent possible, but nothing here indicates a disability of 42%. Doctors like Dr. Sharan falsely increase the disability percentage and take a handsome cut from the poor family. In fact, he should be tried for being a fraud, and we are seriously thinking of writing an email to the medical council to suspend his medical license.
अरे क्या बकवास है ये सब?
Order in the courtroom, please. No personal attacks, Ishwar.
Your Lordship, I am only stating the obvious. What are the reason indicates a disability percentage which is so high for a patient who is walking around? In fact, I would like to extend a motion to cross-examine Dr. Sharan because we believe that the disability percentage is less than 10%, Your Honor.
Allowed.
आप जाइए. Dr. Sharan. Dr. Sharan, is it true that when the patient came to the emergency, you signed the consent form yourself?
That is true, Your Honor, but I only do that for all patients who require immediate life-saving surgery and they come as unknown. There is no relative accompanying them, and we do that to save time in the best interest of their recovery. And our hospital also supports us in that.
So it's also in your best interest to claim insurance compensation in the future for all the patients for whom you are the designated relative?
Oh, what nonsense is this? This is ridiculous.
Objection, my lord. Baseless and personal attack.
Sustained. Ishwar, please stick to the calculation of the compensation only. This is my last warning to you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, the doctor acted in good faith to save the patient's life, and the signed consent form in no way makes him a legal recipient of any kind of compensation, nor does it make him the patient's relative.
Mr. Sharan, can you tell me the reason why the disability percentage is so high for a patient whose hands and legs are moving fine and is walking and talking just like you and me?
Your Honor, with your permission, if I may explain how the brain functions.
Allowed.
Mr. Ishwar, can I ask you a question?
Yes? Or you'll ask me, huh? Go on.
And you can answer only in yes or no.
Oh, you're using my style on me, huh? Okay, continue.
Do you have a mobile phone?
Yes.
All right. Does this have buttons?
Yes, it has. But what does that have to do with the case?
Yes or no only.
Yes, go ahead. But let me see how you will win this case.
Now, if I were to break this phone or throw it inside water, will this phone work?
No.
But will the buttons work?
Yes, but?
So, Your Honor, this is what happens when our hardware is damaged. Then the software gets corrupted. So, if I may press 3, it might go as 2. Is that possible, right? This is what happens to my patient. So, when the patient's hardware is injured because of the accident, the software gets corrupted and things don't work in a functional manner. So, the patient's hands and legs are moving, but they're not doing any meaningful action. They're almost working like a mentally challenged person.
Objection, my lord. This example is not comparable.
Overruled. Please continue, doctor.
Your Honor, my patient, Hemant, is not able to do any functions, any daily functions. He's not able to use his body in the right way. He can get up, he can walk, he can't use the toilet. He can move his hands, but he can't eat his food. He needs somebody around with him all the time to look after him. His wife, who was working, who was earning money for the family, is now not able to do that. Children have stopped going to school, and she has had to sell her Mangalsutra to make this house run. Your Honor, she had to sell her own Mangalsutra. Can you understand? There could be nothing worse than this. So, as per the formula submitted to you, the permanent disability in a neurological condition and the total body disability amounts to 42%, Your Honor. And the family only seeks a more fair and just compensation. And that will be all, Your Honor.
Yes! Yes!
Order. The court has reached its verdict. The compensation is granted at 42%, which amounts to 17 lakh rupees. Insurance company to pay money to the family in the next 15 days. Case closed.
So he got fired?
Yeah, because apparently this was the highest an insurance company had ever paid for a head injury. And he was fired and then I think shifted to a smaller department in the insurance company.
Wow. And what about Dr. MK then? I mean, how did he take that news?
He was well prepared. He had the next trap laid out for Sharan. Right after the case, he got a call.
अरे एक टाइम बीच में डर लग गया था लेकिन आ गया.
Dr. Sharan, that's a nice trick you played on me. You have my respect. Let's see how you win the next time.
I don't think there is gonna be a next time, sir. वैसे आपका बज रहा है.
क्या बज रहा है?
फोन.
हाँ?
Hello?
Doc, you need to come here ASAP. Your nurse in the ICU has extubated a patient and you were not around. She even put the blame on you. She has said that Dr. Sharan has taught us how to do all this and permits us to do all the time. Dr. MK has found out about it. And he has immediately set up a meeting with Dean Madam. Looks like trouble is brewing for you. Come here immediately.
Okay, I'm coming.
Now it's getting worse.
Right. I want to see till you stop and the pen drops off.
Maximum. It's not moving.
Turn to the side towards me.
Even any function, if I go, you see, I used to see like this. Now at least I can concentrate to this.
जोरदार डबल पिन किया
दीदी देखो
थोड़ा हाँ 3, 2, 1 आगे 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 आगे
1 2 मैं घर आऊँ विधि के
हाँ तो विधि कॉल करेगी।
यार तुम कितनी स्वीट हो, ऐसा तुम लोग मुझे बोलो, ठीक है?
पागल है, पागल है, पागल है, पागल है।
ನೋಡಿ ಸರ್ ಬಾಯಿ ಹಿಂಗೆ ನೋಡಿ ಗಮನ ಕೊಡಿ.
ಇನ್ನೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇದೆ ಸರ್ ಆ ಸ್ಪೂನಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ.
ಹಾ
ಅದೇನಾ ಸರ್ಕಲ್? ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ.
ಗುಡ್ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಶಶಿಧರ್ ಸರ್. ಗುಡ್ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಹೇಳಿ. ಗುಡ್ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯುನಾ.
ಇದೇನು ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ? 30 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಇದೆಯಾ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ? ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ಅದೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ತಾಯಿ ಹೆಸರು ಕುಮಾರ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಹೆಸರು ಕುಮಾರ್. ಅದೇನು ಅದೇನು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ? ಜೆರಾಕ್ಸ್. ಹಿಂಗೇನಾ ಜೆರಾಕ್ಸು?
बैठो संजू, पीछे हो जाओ। आसमान का रंग क्या है?
आसमान का रंग सामान्य
सामान्य नहीं है, ठीक है। ब्रश दीजिए मुझे। ब्रश। हाँ वेरी गुड। ब्रश दीजिए मुझे।
हाथ में देना। अरे ग्लास दिए थे इसलिए ग्लास को देना।
ब्रश दीजिए मुझे।
उसको दे दो, इसमें रख, उसके हाथ में दे दो ना। ये लो ग्लास दिए थे, अब ब्रश उसके हाथ में दो। मांग रही है ना वो।
आपका जीप बाहर डालिए।
जीप?
जीप
मेरा मतलब जीप बाहर ही रही।
बोलिए कौन सा साल है ये? हाँ
8 दल का।
हाँ
8 दल का
2022 है कि 1947 है?
1947
है।
47।
बाप रे।
ओके
ना पीछे।
ये कौन सा रंग है?
ब्लू।
ये बाल का रंग क्या है?
काला।
फिर दूध का रंग क्या है? दूध
का रंग सफेद।
स्पून को ग्लास में रखिए। कीजिए स्पून को ग्लास में। देखने के लिए क्या उपयोग करते? सुनने के लिए? बोलने के लिए? स्मेल करने के लिए?
नाक।
It's my honor and privilege to be here to share my thoughts about the brain and its circuits and how it works and how it doesn't work. But now as we are treating head injuries and strokes and all that, the medical treatment has improved so much that people survive, but they are disabled. See, disability explain ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. It's a struggle for all of us. Forget about you people, for us itself and the family expects. So in fact, I start my talk normally with some simple examples to get oriented. But your brain to me can't do neurosurgery, my brain to you can't do division. What am I saying? Hardware is the same, software is different. So So in one simple word, neural rehabilitation ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ how to restore files and folders into a crashed hard disk without backup data.